Hey everyone, so today we're going to talk about something that it seemed to be a big issue, especially among teachers, educators, but you know what? I think among everyone. And by the way, I am talking to you again from the sunset because this is the one thing we get to do is we get to come out and watch the sunset. Everything else is closed down for us too, but we get to do this. So you know what? Let's appreciate what we do have and not focus on the things we don't have. So the detrimental effects of expectations. And, you all can check everything out on clarkbush.com. But I just wanted to, if you need any more help in any other areas, just go there. I am happy to talk to you. But right now, I just really want to focus on this one thing. Because we had all our meetings today. And it seems to me, hey, Maddie, hey, Camel. And what I noticed is that because so many of us are the type of people that love to do our best all the time, love to perform to the best that we can all the time, we may also be majorly, perfectionists. So many of us that have been delivering to beyond that we could deliver anyway, we find ourselves in this emotional and anxious moment where we can't live up to our own expectations. Hi, Camille. We can't live up to those expectations that we were driven by up until this moment. So for example, if you are a parent or if you are an educator that was already giving your maximum, you're finding that in this online world, actually, you have less time than you had before the online world. So your expectations are killing you. Some of you are just so anxious about the fact that, okay, so how am I going to, I have to change everything around. Hey Jay, I have to change everything around. I have to make sure that my students get all these assignments ahead of time instead of like the day of. I don't know about you, but so many of us teachers have prepped literally the night before for the next day. Now you have to prep like days before for the next day, for that particular day, like days down the road, because it's a different system. And you're expecting to do the same now that you had before. The second thing where you have the same expectations is your own level of performance. Hey, Anna, and I tell you a secret. If you are living in the same world that I'm living in, and I'm assuming you do, there is no way that with all this pressure, with all this fear, with all this uncertainty, there's no way that you can expect of yourself the same level of performance day in and day out than you had when everything was hunky-dory. Okay? So here's the thing. You can't expect the same thing from yourselves, and this is time for you to scale down. I am not saying to stop, because the only way we're going to get through this together is if you keep putting one foot in front of the other. That's why I'm kind of like walking. I'm putting one foot in front of the other. So you have to keep doing that. That's not what I'm saying. Don't stop. Don't stall. You got to keep moving. But don't go forward with the same expectations as you had before. So for example, I am teaching my classes now, right? And my students who used to, even at 8 o'clock in the morning, they never really came in with that, high level attitude. College, they don't want to wake up until 10, 11. But in about 10, 15 minutes, I got the energy going, I got everything going, right? Now, I can see these faces like, blah, in like an hour into our conversations, because everything is different. I can't expect to energize those students the same way as I did when times are normal. Their time is not normal. Your time is not normal. They may have to work for like 4 or 5 people in their household, because these kids are maybe the only ones who have time and energy and the youth Hi everyone. And energy, how you doing? Energy that they could do the work for others. They may be the one, our students may be the one that making money for their entire family. So they may be coming to our classes exhausted beyond belief. And this is not just college. This may be even high school. Okay? So here's the thing. You can't expect of them the same thing that you expected of them before. All right? So it is the same thing with, relationships as far as expectations are concerned. I mean, every one of us, look at this beauty, by the way. Look at this. This is my saving grace. I'll tell you a story about sunsets at another time. But hey, Carlina, we are so used to having our students perform for us the same way. We always knew, that they're going to deliver for us. We always knew that they're going to come to the class with a particular energy. You can't expect that anymore, okay? And you know what? You can't expect your own energy to be the same anymore. So I want you to stop expecting anything of yourself. Because here's the thing. The definition of expectation is essentially living in the future. If I am in Florida. I am trying to, Jay is asking where am I? I am in Florida. I decided to make a tough decision and keeping my husband down here. He is 78 years old and I am trying to keep him safe. And there is a Cleveland clinic down here, so I'm trying to keep him here as opposed to going back to New Jersey. And it's a tough decision because my mom is in New Jersey, so I'm ready to go anytime if there's something happens, but this is a tough one. So I'm in Florida. But the point is that going back to the expectation, when you have any form of expectation, that means you are living in the future. And I tell you, now more than ever, it is going to be a huge detriment to your life, to your emotions, to your health, to live in the future. Because now than ever, more than ever, you really don't know what the heck tomorrow brings. Like I am checking in our county down here in Martin County. I keep checking the rates of the virus, of whether it's exploding, where it's doubling, where it's whatever. I don't know. You don't know. We don't know anything about tomorrow. So do me a favor. Stop expecting and stop having expectations about anything. But especially, stop having expectations of yourself. Every day I start my day, I said, I know I'm going to come on. I know I'm going to be serving my audience. I know that I'm going to tell you, or I exercise with you. Tomorrow we're going to be doing exercise again. And I somewhere about 12 o'clock or so, I know I'm going to be doing something for all of us tomorrow and the next day and the next day, if there is a tomorrow. If I'm not here, if I get sick, of course I can't. But the thing is, the only expectation I have of myself is that right now, in this moment, I give you everything that I got. And that's all I'm asking you to do, is that in every moment that you live right now, healthy, wherever you are, maybe with or without your family, just to live it to the fullest, because that's the only thing you can control. So stop having expectations of your students, stop having expectations of your administration, stop having expectations of yourself, stop having expectations of your spouses. You have no idea what type and what kind of emotions they are living through, especially your spouses. And which reminds me also that one of the things I'm doing right now is many of you have asked me for some specific supports. I'm putting together actually something for you specifically for being able to live happily and understandingly in close quarters, because that seems to be a big issue for all of us, is not being able to really get what we want and what we need in these close quarters. And just today I was listening to the news. Hey Rich, hey Marlisa, I was listening to the fact that in a lot of the households, the domestic violence have increased and so forth and so on, because when we are locked in and we don't live by specifically three major major rules that I share in something that I'm building for you, you're just not going to be happy. But I tell you, besides those three, the expectation is key. So please, I'm asking you nicely, do not have any expectations of yourself. Especially I'm talking to those of you who are the high achieving perfectionists out there that always done everything great. The more, as they say, SHIT hits the fan around you, the more you are going to be the one that's going to be called to serve and help people around you, which means that the more you're going to have on your plate. And the more you have on your plate, the less you're going to be able to fulfill that with perfection, okay? We can probably dive into perfection a little bit deeper, but for now today, it was all about expectations. So do me a favor, please have no expectations. Just live in the moment. And in the moment you feel like you're going into the future, whether it's a negative or a positive expectation, when you feel you're going into the future with your thought, just like have me like sitting right on your shoulder and say, stop for a moment. Let's not go into the future. Let's not have an expectation. Let's not have any kind of future tense. Okay? All right. Hey, Jason, you may love this one. I'm sure, because being an athlete, Jason, you know what I'm talking about. Expecting an outcome or having an expectation of a situation is just kills everything. All right, ladies and gents, thank you for watching. And tomorrow I'll be coming over again online with some great content for our fitness, because we all have to keep our health up. And honestly, I have no idea where I would be without all of you. The fact that you show up every day, the fact that you support me every day, and our Panther Student Association is incredible. So thank you so much, and looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Let's keep this going all together, all of us. Bye, everyone.